Do you want to know what energies are surrounding you during this new moon in Pisces? Then keep watching because this is the timeless tarot video meant just for you. Hello trick-or-treaters and welcome back to my channel TrickrTreatTarot, where it is spooky season all year long. If you like Halloween or Samhain, then this is definitely the channel for you, where I do spooky themed tarot pick-a-cards just like this one and other spiritual related videos. So if that's your jam, make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up. Please do consider subscribing to the channel, and while you are subscribing, make sure you hit that post bell notification button so you do not miss out when I post new spooktacular videos just like this one. Alright, you guys, so we are back again with another new moon reading. Alright, just a little life update for you guys, okay? I had some oral surgery done. I also got some braces put into my mouth. So it is a little challenging for me to talk right now. So if I sound maybe like a little bit different, that's why. Okay, so but I'm still pushing through it, and we're going to continue doing our videos the way that we have been doing them, so I can stay on schedule for you guys. But I did just want to put that little disclaimer out there for you. Maybe if I miss a video here or there, the reason is because my mouth hurts. Okay, so, and I can't really talk. But, you know, hopefully that doesn't happen and we're able to push through it. Okay, so now with that out of the way, you guys, so we are back again with another new moon reading. If you guys are new here, hello, how are you? We do reading right for the collective every new moon, every full moon. So if you are a regular on my channel, you guys already know how this goes. Okay, so timestamps are going to be below. They're in the description box as well as in the pinned comment section down below, you guys. And we're going to kind of break it down with the astrological forecast, right? We're going to kind of first talk about the energies that are surrounding us during this planetary influence, right, of the new moon in the sign of Pisces, how that may be influencing our lives in an energetic way. And then we're going to go ahead and do all the shuffling on camera. You guys know I love doing the shuffling on camera so you can see the magic happen, okay? So we're going to get that all set up for you. And then we're going to go ahead and get into our collective reading, okay? So this is a collective reading, not a pick a card, because the cosmos, everything that happens up in the sky affects all of us, right? All of us kind of in the same way because it's all the same energies, right? So it's a collective reading, and then afterwards we're also going to do a collective charm cast. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my charm board, and we're going to go ahead and do a collective charm cast to just kind of give us some more specific energies that are surrounding right, us during this new moon in Pisces, okay? And how we can kind of harness those energies and really use those energies for our benefit, right? To help us kind of grow, to help us heal and motivate us and inspire us to move forward in a positive way. Because that's kind of what we really do on this channel, right? Is we look at the energies that are surrounding our life currently and how we can use that energy for our benefit to help kind of push us forward, because that's always what we're doing. We're moving forward, we're propelling forward, and a lot of times that involves a lot of healing that has to be done as well, okay? So understand that as well. Little disclaimer there. Sometimes the messages that we get on this channel can be a little challenging, right? A little bit difficult to hear sometimes. We're not always ready to hear the messages because we do end up doing a lot of shadow work here, working with the shadow self, because it's very important to do that in order to heal, right, our wounds instead of, right, denying them. We have to heal those wounds in order for us to be able to move forward, okay? So now with that, we're going to go ahead, we're going to kind of get straight into our astrological forecast, kind of talk about the energies, okay? So this is our new moon, okay, new moon, and this is in the sign of Pisces. So this is really talking about new energies. I think that a lot of us are going to be feeling very sensitive during this time. I think a lot of us are probably going to be maybe more emotional than we usually are. I think we're going to be very in tune with not only our emotions, but the emotions of others as well. And so this is going to cause us to be very sensitive to the energy surrounding us and very sensitive to the people around us. We're going to have strong empathy for others, right? That's going to be happening here. And also with ourselves, it's a strong possibility during this time that maybe things from the past are going to be coming forward again. That's something that, could potentially be happening here, okay? Because with this new moon in Pisces, this is wanting us to kind of really want us to, well, there's potential for us to kind of try to avoid certain situations that make us uncomfortable, or to avoid certain feelings, dealing with feelings that make us uncomfortable, right? And so what makes us feel uncomfortable? Being having to do healing, having to do shadow work, right? Having to deal with emotions of maybe sadness or anger, okay? And the way we try to avoid some of those emotions is through escapism, okay? We know Pisces is right, 12th house, all about escapism. So there's a strong potential there for us to really look for other means to deal with our emotions instead of dealing with them head on. So a lot of people could maybe turn to substance abuse, using substances or altered states of consciousness as a way or a means to deal with uncomfortable emotions or circumstances that they find themselves dealing with during this time, okay? So ways to avoid that during this time is finding better ways of coping with uncomfortable emotions, which could be talking about your emotions, which is something you're probably not going to want to do during this time, but it is something that's going to be very beneficial for you. Sometimes we have to do things that we don't want to do, right? Because it's hard, but it is going to be very helpful. So talking about your emotions, maybe spending time with loved ones instead of being alone. A lot of us are going to want to kind of, right, be more solitude, right? Kind of want to go into our shell, go into our hermit mode during this time, because we're going to feel overwhelmed. There's going to be a sense of just being really overwhelmed with maybe emotions or situations, circumstances. And that's going to be really normal, but I'm seeing that you're not really going to want to, you're going to want to be alone, but I don't recommend being alone during this time, because you shouldn't be alone dealing with those emotions. You should be surrounding yourself with the company of loved ones, people who can support you during this time that might be harder for you, so that way you can actually communicate those emotions and allow that energy to flow freely through you, exercising that throat chakra. And it's ultimately just going to be healthier for you. Also, finding creative outlets to deal with your situations. If you find that talking about your emotions, is going to be challenging during this time, then I recommend finding creative outlets, right? This could be painting, right? Even writing. Writing is such a good outlet for dealing with your emotions. Writing letters to people, letters to yourself, writing notes, right? Just journaling, maybe about your feelings, poetry, something like that. Also, I believe that another way for you to help during this time is meditation. Really, maybe sitting with yourself in meditation, allowing yourself to enter an altered state of consciousness in that way, instead of using a substance, just kind of really using your mind to really allow yourself to just meditate and kind of do some more soul searching and some introspection on the emotions that you're dealing with, maybe some past situations that are coming to fruition during this time. I'm really meditating on that and figuring out how you can heal that energy in order to move forward in a more positive way. So that's something else that could be potentially coming up during this time, okay? But do just expect that you're just going to be more sensitive. You're just going to be more emotional. Some of you guys might be seeing the spooks, okay? Some of you guys, right, might be seeing, some crazy things. There's potential here for you to start seeing, spirits, ghosts, for you to maybe have some precognition, right? Some of you guys might have like visions or glimpses into the future. Something like that could easily be happening for you as well. This could be awake or asleep, right? Dreams as well. Pay attention to your dreams during this time, I think, is also going to be very important. They can help, I think, enlighten some of the situations or some of the feelings that you're having. If you're having certain feelings, I think a lot of us are going to have more anxiety during this time. Definitely higher levels of anxiety is something that I sense here. And your dreams are going to help you understand these feelings. They're going to give you symbols. They're going to show you signs that are going to help you identify the underlying causes for these feelings. And that's going to allow you to be able to decipher what the issue is and how to really face those issues and overcome those hurdles that you might be having during this time, okay? And it's not to say that this is going to be a bad time. This isn't a bad time by any means, or a hard time or tough time or something like that. This is just, right, it's just part of life. You're just more in tune with your emotions and the emotions of those around you. And if this isn't something that you're used to, then it could just feel a little overwhelming. So that's just really the energy that we're getting here. It's just, you guys might just be more overwhelmed from your emotions or from certain psychic abilities that maybe some of you guys might already be inclined to have, that are just going to be more powerful during this time. Or if some of you guys just aren't used to having that energy, then it just might be a little tougher for you to deal with. Okay. So that's just kind of, I'm just gonna, leave it at that. That's just kind of general synopsis of the astrological forecast, the energies that are kind of surrounding us during this time, and maybe some ways for us to really deal with those energies as well in a very healthy way. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead, we're going to get into our shuffling, you guys. I got all of my lunar decks, just like we do every right moon phase, for every full moon, every new moon. So we're going to do all the shuffling on camera. If you don't want to see the shuffling, timestamps are below. You can skip straight to your message. If you do want to see the shuffling though, then just keep watching, because that's what we're doing now. All right, trick-or-treaters. So we are here with your collective reading, right? The collective messages all about the energies that are surrounding this new moon in Pisces and how we can harness that energy and use it for our benefit, okay? Use this as a stepping stone to grow, and how it can propel us forward, okay? So let's see what the cards have to say. So we have the Hierophant, okay? We also have the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Wands and the Six of Swords. Okay. Okay. So let's see what's going on here. Okay. So things are looking good. Things are looking good. So, right, this new moon energy is kind of talking about, with the Hierophant card, right, it's about looking for answers, looking for guidance, right? That's kind of what we always get when we think of the Hierophant, right? Someone who's kind of leading us to something better, to something brighter, someone who has the answers. It's almost like the looking for the key for the lock, right? That's kind of what we get with the Hierophant. So I'm really seeing here that too, with the Three of Wands, so that there's a need to separate yourself. I think there's a need for you to, or actually there's going to be a want for you during this time to separate yourself from loved ones, from family. And to, again, we talked about that solitude, right? Wanting to kind of be more of a recluse during this time. But I'm seeing here that, as I think part of that is going to be for you trying to find answers in yourself. I think you're trying to find answers in yourself. For some of you guys, maybe, right, there's also travel. Energy of travel is coming through here. So, but I think, right, this is about movement forward. This is about progression, okay? So I really see that you guys are trying to separate. Maybe some of you guys are moving from your home, from your house. I'm seeing here maybe moving out from your family. If you guys are living with your parents, I'm seeing there's separation there. Or maybe you have kids that are leaving, that are, you know, maybe going away for school or something. But I am seeing that there's separation that's happening here. There's separation that's happening here. There's moving forward. And I see that part of that movement forward, though, is overcoming something that's been a struggle for you. You're overcoming something that's been maybe weighing on you, something, a weight that you've been carrying on your shoulders, something that's been maybe stressful energy here. Part of it could have something to do with finances, but I am seeing that finances are going to be better for you. They're going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? There's progress in your financial and monetary life. So this could also be talking about a job for some of you, okay? Maybe some of you guys are moving into a new job, or you're moving, relocating for work, or you could even possibly be entrepreneurship, starting your own business, and now you're moving on from your career, or you're graduating from school and you're moving on to your career from that school now as well. Okay, so that's something else that's coming through here, because there is money. There's energy of money here. There's also good health I'm seeing here. This is also energy of good health, which is important. I think this is going to be an important time for you to take care of yourself, because with the moon in Pisces and the 12th house, sometimes this could talk about, right, health risks. Okay, so maybe your immune system isn't up to par as it usually is. So I'm seeing that there's a need for you to take care of yourself a little bit more during this time. Maybe just eating a little bit better, doing some more exercise, just to kind of help promote, maybe taking some extra vitamins or something during this month, just to kind of help promote, right, your immune system, to help give it a little boost, to ward off any kind of viruses that might be around, you know, because we might be more susceptible to that during this time. Okay, so that's something else that's coming through here. But the main energy is that this is a transitional period. This is a transitional period. Some of us are moving forward. We're moving away from a complicated situation, and we're seeing that we're overcoming that situation, and that things are going to be looking up. Things are going to be better for us. We're going to be really finding ourselves in this new venture that we're doing on, okay? Because I am seeing that there is movement forward. There's definitely lots of progression that's happening here. And I see that we've been looking for answers, and we are going to be finding those answers. But I don't think we're going to be finding those answers in other people. We're going to be finding those answers within ourselves. We talked earlier during the astrological forecast that this would be a good time for you to do some meditation, some soul searching, some introspection. I am seeing that that is where you're probably going to be finding that those answers to the questions you've been asking. There's going to be a bit of realization that's going to be coming through here, an aha moment. Right, that's going to help you understand why this separation is happening, and that's going to allow you to be able to cope with the separation a little bit better, and how you can move forward and really regrow your roots in a more positive way. That's something that's coming through here, okay? And just understand that through the separation, more positive energy is going to be coming through here. Now, with the energy in Pisces, though, this is going to be overwhelming. This could be a very overwhelming process, trying to find that house, trying to find that job, trying to, you know, relocate to where it is you're trying to go, or whatever it is you're trying to get to, right? Because this is collective. So a lot of different messages are coming through here for a lot of different people. But just try and understand what this movement forward is for you, okay? Because it is different for everyone who's watching this, but we're all on this journey together. So just try and understand what this movement forward is for you, and how you can what are the questions that you're asking, and how you could find those answers in yourself to help with this transitional period that you're currently facing, okay? And then we have the cyclist. So the cyclist always tells me that this is a time of cycles, of breaking cycles. So this is something maybe that you guys have been facing for a while, or something that has happened to you before, right? This could be a repeating cycle. We talked about the past maybe coming back again. So this could be representative of that past cycle that's coming back again, a cycle that has to be broken. Maybe the reason you haven't broken it yet is because you haven't found the answer, right? So the question that you've been asking, you haven't exactly gotten there yet. You haven't reached that enlightenment. But with introspection and meditation and really facing your fears head on, and dealing with your emotions, because we talked about avoidance, right? There's going to be a want to avoid certain situations and to avoid certain feelings during this time, because you will be feeling overwhelmed. But if you try to distract yourself and right, avoid dealing with those emotions and situations, the cycle's just going to continue to repeat itself. So the most important thing to do here is to remember that you just, it doesn't matter how hard it is. And I know it's hard sometimes to deal with certain situations. And sometimes it's really hard to stay positive in situations that might seem like really tough, that might be, right, you might feel like everything is just so overwhelming. Things are not working out for you. You might feel like things are against you. But that's just not the case, okay? That's just illusion, right? Because we know that the Pisces energy in the 12th house is all about illusions. And really the illusion that you're going to be facing during this time is the illusion of fear, the illusion of failure, the illusion that things aren't going to work out for you. And that's going to be the hardest thing for you to face. And you're really going to have to move past that veil in order to find the answer that you're trying to find, okay, to that question that you've been asking yourself. And that's really the only way to break out of this repetitive cycle that you've been stuck in. And then we have the clock, okay, the clock. So yeah, this is telling me time, okay? This is more cyclical energy with the clock, right? We have that wheel, right, of that repetitive energy, right, with midnight. But this is telling me too that, again, breaking out of the cycles, that this is the time for you to break out of cycles. And this is the time for you really to make a move. I'm seeing here almost like a game of chess, right, that you've been playing for a while. I see that there's a situation, a transition that you've been kind of in between making for a long time here. And I think you just have been thinking about your moves and you haven't necessarily been making them, okay? Or maybe you've been making the moves, but the universe has kind of been countering those moves. And the reason that the universe has been doing that is because it just hasn't been time for you yet to get to where you're trying to go, okay? So divine timing. So understand that everything is going to happen for you when it is supposed to happen for you. And during this next month, I'm seeing that something is going to be turning, right? This is going to be a turning point for a lot of us, where something is going to start to look up. Something is going to start to turn around, okay? So this is a time for you to not give up, but to, go ahead, make that move again that you've been trying to make, and you were going to start to see results, right? There's going to be a less pushback this time around, I believe, okay? But part of that is going to be understanding, right, where the faults were, where the failure was, understanding, right, that more positive energy, moving past that veil of fear, right, that illusion energy. And understanding the answers that for the questions that you've been seeking, right, through meditation inside yourself, having those answers for yourself. There's a lot of self-guidance here and a lot of independence that's coming through here as well, okay? Okay. And then the herb. Okay, the herb. So again, growth. This for me is all about growth, okay? Growing in independence, growing as an individual. I'm seeing here too, for some of you guys, maybe this is a journey that you feel like you've been doing by yourself. Or maybe this is going to just be a time with this new moon in Pisces where you're just going to feel kind of lonely. You're going to feel like alone. Maybe like other people don't understand how you're feeling, or people don't understand what you're going through. But I think this is, again, there's going to be a need for you to just really communicate that emotion with loved ones, and then that's going to help them understand your feelings, and then their support is going to help you understand that you're not alone, okay? So again, there's that need for communication during this time to really just help you progress in a more positive way, okay? So we're seeing that you Other people aren't going to really help you find the answers that you're looking for. You can only find those answers in yourself. But other people, your loved ones, are going to be there to help be a strong support system for you during this transitional period that can feel overwhelming for you, okay? So they can just kind of help keep that positive energy up when you start to feel alone, because that's something that's going to be happening here. But the universe, remember, is here to support you as well, and they're here to provide for you better things. So when something doesn't work out, it's because something better is coming. So understand that as well during this time, okay? The shovel, digging deeper. You guys aren't digging deep enough, okay? That's the energy that's coming through. You're not digging deep enough. You're not looking hard enough. Okay, for some of you guys, you're trying to find like the easy way out. For some of you guys, you're trying to maybe find the easy way out, or you're trying to take shortcuts is something else that's happening here. And that's the reason why you're stuck in this cycle energy, because you're not digging deep enough. You're not dealing with those hard emotions. You're not doing the work that's necessary to complete this transition. And that's why you're stuck in this kind of cyclic energy, and you feel like you're kind of trapped on this hamster wheel where maybe things aren't really working out for you, or maybe you're just kind of not really at the place in your life where you want to be. The reason for that is just because you're not really working hard enough, okay? And remember, this is a collective reading. This is for you. This is for me. This is for all of us that are watching during this time. This new moon in Pisces energy wants us to know we have to dig deeper. We have to understand what it is that we're doing, why it is that we're doing it, and how we can, use that energy to propel ourselves forward. I think you need to refocus your energy. I think this is a time for us to kind of reconnect with ourselves and figure out what our future looks like and how we're moving towards that future and why we're moving. It's so important to know the why. A lot of us do things without knowing why we're doing it. We're just doing it because we think we're supposed to, because we feel like we don't have another choice. But those aren't real reasons to do something, okay? The real reason why you should be doing something is because it's bringing you joy. It's some kind of passion that you have. It's fulfilling some kind of part of yourself that's bringing you happiness, okay? If it is not bringing you happiness and joy and fulfillment, then you should not be doing it, okay? And that's on period. So I think this is a time for you to really just start to figure that out too. I think this is also really interesting that we have this kind of duality happening here with the shovel and the herb as well. Because this for me is about gardening. This talks about gardening, where you need to dig up the soil and then plant the seeds and really tend to your garden in order for those seeds to grow and flourish into the herbs that that you want them to be, and then allowing those herbs to mature before you can pick them and use them, for your alchemical purposes. So that's just kind of a metaphor that's coming through here, right? With the seeds that you've been planting, have you been planting them? And if you have planted them, have you been taking care of them? Are you trying to pluck them too soon? Did you plant them and just forget about them? Did you think they were going to grow on their own? Because they're not, okay? You have to tend to your garden. If you're not tending to your garden, those seeds are not going to grow. And if you try to pluck the fruit before it's even ripe, then it's no good. Okay, and you reached the risk of killing your plant at that point, okay, and having to regrow those seeds all over again. So remember, this really is talking about nurturing your garden, nurturing your seeds, whatever those seeds are for you. They're different for everybody that's watching this, whatever this is that you're trying to nurture, that you're trying to grow. And again, it takes time. It takes time. It takes energy. It takes love, okay, to do this. Divine timing. It's all about timing. A lot of you guys watching this, and me too, right? Because this is collective. We're in a rush. We're in a rush to see results for something. We're in a rush to see results for something that's just not ready yet, okay? And we need to be more patient. There's a need for patience during this time to allow things to happen organically, to allow things to grow, to allow things to mature to its full potential. And we're not giving it that time. We're trying to rush the process. Again, we talked about taking shortcuts, right? Trying to rush the process when there's actually need for us to be more patient, patient with ourselves, and more patient with this transition, and more patient with the growth that we're trying to see here. Okay, so just be more patient. Everything will work out as it is supposed to, when it is supposed to. Okay. And then we have Mars force, okay, taking action. So what are the actions that you're taking to make this transition happening? Are you taking action, or are you just kind of hoping that it's going to happen on its own? Are you just kind of like hoping for the best? You know, for a lot of us, right, maybe, well, you know, watching this, we're like spiritual, and we're thinking, you know, the universe is going to take care of it. The universe is going to take care of us. Everything's going to work out for us. Okay, but you can't just sit on your booty and not do anything and just think that the universe is just going to start handing us like, here's a house, here's a car, here's some money, here's success and abundance. Like, no, you guys, like, we still have to do work for those things to make it happen. Okay, the universe is here to help provide the things for us, but we have to put the work in ourselves still. Okay, you can't just not do anything and expect everything to work out for you. That's just not realistic. And I think a lot of us have to return to this current reality that we're living in, because we are currently living in a state of reality, and understanding that we still have to put work in for things to work out for us that we want to happen. Do we want abundance? Yes. But you need to have a job in order to have income. You have to have, right, you have to create a source for that income to come through. So you have a job and you do a spell to make that abundance come to you, so that way you're able to be successful in the job that you're having. Okay, that's how that works. There has to be a balanced energy there. The universe needs something, needs you to be doing something in order for them to give it to you. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, you can't just do a money spell and then expect, you know, to receive like money in the mail from like an anonymous source. Like, that's not gonna happen, you know. So that's just like, that's just an example of what I'm trying to say, right? Like, with this energy is the, you know, the universe helps those who help themselves. Okay, so you have to be willing to put the work in order to see results. Okay, that's just the reality of the situation. So, and again, there's patience. There's patience here because Mars energy is very impatient. Okay, Mars energy is so impatient. It's that fiery energy where you just kind of like, you want, it's like the now. It has to happen now. I want to see it now. It has to be instantaneous, you know. So there's just, you know, a lot of us have this feeling of just wanting things to work out, you know, ASAP, you know, hasta pronto. And we need to allow ourselves to kind of take a step back. And I think that's where that meditative energy is going to come in during this time as well. It's going to help us calm down. Okay, I think we all just need to calm down a little bit during this time, and it's okay. It's okay that things are taking longer to work out for you. It's okay that in the past things didn't work out for you. Just know in the future it's going to work out for you. And you just have to stay positive in that mindset. Continue doing the work that you're doing, okay? Continue, right, this transitional period that you're working towards. Don't give up, okay? Just because you're impatient, just because things haven't worked out for you, right, instantaneously, just because it's taking a little bit longer, don't give up. Continue working towards it, and you will have success in whatever it is that you're trying to have success in. Whatever this transition is for you, know that things are going to work out for you. You just got to give it more time, okay? Tend to your garden. Continue to do the work, okay? You have to water your plants. You got to fertilize them. Sometimes you got to, you know, repot them, change, you know, the soil out, whatever it is that you got to do, you know, trim those dead ends. Okay, and just, you know, tend and nurture yourself, your ideas, your goals, your transitions, and everything will work out, you know, when it is supposed to, okay? And then we also have a time to give rather than to take, okay? So the universe is sending you a message, okay? They're sending all of us a message. We're asking the universe to provide for us, okay? We're asking for a lot. We've probably been asking for a lot for a long time, and we haven't been reciprocating that same energy, okay? Remember, with the universe, you have a relationship with the universe, okay? And that relationship with the universe, with your spirit guides, your spiritual team, your ancestors, deity, whoever it is that you worship on a spiritual level, That's the same relationship as any other physical relationship that you may have. Okay, your spiritual relationships work in the same way. It's a give and take energy. Okay, so maybe a lot of us have been taking from our spiritual relationship. We've been taking, we've been asking, we've been receiving, but we haven't been giving back. Okay, maybe you haven't been sitting in meditation. Maybe you haven't been praying. Maybe you haven't been affirming your gratitude to your spiritual team, being grateful for everything that you have, being grateful for what you have received thus far. And there's an energy of more, right? It's never enough. So your spiritual team is going to cut you off. They're going to be disappointed that we have been taking and we haven't been giving. They're going to feel disrespected because we haven't shown gratitude and appreciation for all that we currently have. So they're not going to continue to provide for us, and that's what's going to cause us to get stuck in a cyclical cycle of disappointment, okay? Of not receiving, of not being able to transition. So there's a need to sit and to allow ourselves to meditate, to pray, to honor our spiritual team, to honor our deities, to get back in tune with our spiritual practices. Maybe we've strayed from our spiritual practices, okay? And sit and figure out how we can express our gratitude to the universe, show appreciation for what we do have, volunteer, have sacrifice, okay? Maybe give something away, have some form of sacrifice during this time, a petition, some kind of maybe fasting or something that's going to help you achieve the outcome, right, that you're trying to achieve, okay? So that's going to be helpful here. But for a lot of us, we have to get back in tune with our spiritual practices, and we have to give back. What we receive, we have to give it back, okay? Money's energy. If you want money, you got to give money, okay? You have to be able to spend money, you have to be able to donate money, you have to be able to give it in order to receive it. And that's the same thing with any monetary thing that you're trying to achieve, the same thing with time. You want someone to give you time, you have to give time for them, okay? You want someone to give you energy, you got to give energy to them. It's the same thing. All energy has to be reciprocated. It has to be given in order for it to be received. So figure out what it is that you're trying to gain and understand that that's the same energy you have to give back, okay? So that way you have that reciprocating energy and you have that balance of scales. And then we also have hot moon extremes. Ooh, spicy, okay? So this is, I think, talking about extreme energies, right? When I think of extremes, right? Extreme hot, extreme cold, right? Again, imbalance in temperatures. So with the extreme hot, right? With the hot moon, extreme hot energy, this is bringing you back to the Mars energy, fire sign, fire energy, okay? Happening here with the force, the action, impatience, wanting things to happen instantaneously, taking too much and not giving enough, right? So this is all fire energy here that's coming through here. So there's a need for us to kind of calm that fire energy down, right? And to be able to just kind of give back, okay? And rebalance the scales, because this is just confirming, right, that our scales are just like they're kind of out of whack, right? So you need to, we all need to, me too, okay? We all need to just sit with ourselves, figure out what this transitional period is, how we could give back to the universe in order to complete this transition, okay? And maybe part of this, right, there's some shadow work that has to happen here, right? As always, you know, there's healing that has to happen here. There's questions that we've been asking, but the answers are inside of us. So I think the questions we've been asking maybe is why it's not working out, why something's not working out. The reason why something's not working out, the reason for that, you already know. You already know the reason why it's not working out. So sit with yourself in meditation. That answer will come to you. And when you figure that out, you're going to be able to do the work to be able to move forward in that area of your life that this transition is happening in, okay? Whatever area, aspect of your life that this is, okay? Because it's different for everyone watching this. And then the universe is going to be able to come in to help you, to say, okay, you figured it out. You understand what I'm trying to tell you, because the universe is trying to teach you something right now in this moment, trying to teach all of us something in this moment, right? So once we understand that, then we're going to be able to move forward. Transitions will be completed and we will be so happy, okay, so happy to break out of those cycles that we've been kind of like stuck in for a little bit, those icky cycles, okay? Now, I feel like maybe this was like kind of a little bit of a complicated reading. I hope it wasn't. I hope that the messages came out the way that I anticipated them to, the way I intended them to. Okay, this is really just about, during this time, transitions, having to make those transitions happen, doing the work to make those transitions happen, finding the answers in yourself, being more appreciative, more grateful, and patient, okay? Having patience that everything is going to work out for you, even though it hasn't so far. Just being more patient and being more positive, okay? Spending time with yourself in meditation, spending time with loved ones in communication, to allow this transition to happen in an organic way, but only through you being more gracious and appreciative for what you currently have before you can receive more, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to get into our collective charm casting, so let's go. Alright, boos and ghouls and witchy souls, and welcome to your collective charm cast. So we're going to go ahead and get some more energy, some more clarification on the energy surrounding this new moon in Pisces, okay? Okay, so, okay, we only got a little bit of charms today. Yeah, for a lot of us, this is work related, or like I talked about, moving, maybe moving, trying to find a new house or relocating. That's definitely the entry. Transitions. Okay, yeah. Definitely transitions. Yeah, so this time is about introspection. Introspection, looking for yourself and looking inward, right? Looking into yourself for the answers for questions that we've been having, like we talked about. This is definitely a transitional period for us. Leaving something behind, moving into something newer, right? Kind of like fresh start, a fresh start energy, which actually this is interesting because the Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. And then we're kind of moving forward right into, and then kind of restarting the signs again with upcoming Aries energy. So this is interesting that we have this transition happening here, this kind of out with the old, in with the new. Oh, I can't even talk. Out with the old and in with the new energy with this Pisces. Okay, so I think that is an interesting aspect that's coming through here. I'm seeing here too that there's a need to, yeah, again, reconnect with your spirituality in order for you to start to gain again, or to see those gains again. I think a lot of us have kind of lost our path a little bit. I think we've just kind of slowed down. Maybe we've just lost momentum. And there's just a need for us to get back into our spirituality, get back on our spiritual path. And I think that's really going to help us move forward. I think getting back in tune with our spiritual team, maybe we've just kind of like been a little disconnected with our spirit guides, our ancestors, deity. Right, so there's just a need to reconnect with spirit, reconnect with our spirituality in order to fulfill this transition. Again, Scorpio energy, death energy coming through here. So yeah, lots of transitional that's happening. The key to here, so you guys will be finding the key. This is also my symbol here for the answers are in you. So I have two separate key charms. And this is the key charm that represents the answer in you. The other key charm represents the answer outward. This is the answer inward. Okay, so you again are your answer to the questions that you've been looking. Ask for help. Ask for help. Okay, don't be afraid to ask for help during this time. I'm seeing here that friends and family are going to be willing to help you. There's a fear though. For some reason, there's a fear to ask for help. There's a fear to communicate with loved ones. There's a fear to talk to them about this transition that you're currently in. Maybe you're afraid of what they're going to think. You're afraid of what their opinions might be, but I'm seeing here that they're going to be a strong support system for you. So there's no need for you to be afraid to communicate with them and to talk with them, because they're going to be very helpful and they are going to be very supportive during this time, okay? But understand that things are going to work out for you. Just remember, look inwards to yourself, right? You essentially are the hurdle that you're trying to overcome. You're the only person that's in your way during this transition. Okay, you're blaming everything, right, over the sun. And the only thing that's actually the problem here is you. And that's not me saying that your problem. That's just me saying that everything else that feels like a problem is an illusion. And the only thing you have to overcome is your mindset, your emotional state of being, okay? It's yourself. You are holding yourself back from completing this transition. And you have to understand why that is, okay? Because it's going to be different for everyone watching this. So just understand that the only thing that's holding you back is yourself. Figure out why you're holding yourself back, and then you'll be able to move forward and complete this transition, okay? So that is your charm cast. That is your collective charm reading, collective tarot reading, all about, collective astrological forecast, all about the energies that are surrounding this new moon in Pisces, how we can harness that energy and use it for our benefit. So this is definitely a transitional time for all of us. Different transitions for everyone. Understand that if we're feeling blocked, those blockages are inside ourselves. We're the only person holding ourselves back during this time. So do some introspection, figure out how to move forward, okay? How to unblock yourself and move forward to complete those transitions. Look for loved ones for help and assistance, because they might be able to help you identify, how you're holding yourself back. They could even help you maybe identify that as well. But they are going to be a strong support system during this time, because you are going to feel maybe overwhelmed with the fact that maybe the transition isn't working out the way that you wanted it to. But it will, okay? Just understand that in the future, things are going to work out for you. Everything is gonna work out for you. And I think it's going to be better as well, better than what you were expecting, okay? Because I am seeing that, right, it's almost like that dream fulfillment is the energy that I'm getting here as well, where something's just going to be better than you imagined, where maybe you're going to find that house that was better, or you're going to have a better deal, or your career is going to take off in a better way than you ever expected, right? Or you're going to find that dream job that you've been looking for. But I'm seeing dream fulfillment, wish fulfillment is coming through here. And that's the reason why this has been taking so long, okay? And the universe wants to make sure that you're ready for it. You're ready to receive this positive energy. And in order for you to be ready, right, again, we talked about there's a need for you to rebalance your scales of give and take, because the universe wants you to be appreciative when you receive this gift, because this is going to be a gift for you from the universe, okay? So the universe wants you, to be working towards this, okay? The universe isn't just going to hand this to you because, it felt like it, because, hey, we're friends, we're buddies, so I'm just going to give this to you. The universe wants you to work for this, because this is such a grand gesture that it's providing for you, because it is just on that scale of like wishful thinking, because this is something that you've been trying to manifest for a long time. So the universe needs you to be working, right, a substantial amount of energy to transform that energy, right, that alchemical transformation, to bring that idea that you've had in your mind of that wish, that dream, bringing that idea into this physical reality, okay? That takes a lot of energy. That's a tremendous amount of energy to transform that dream, manifest that energy from an idea into reality, okay? So the universe needs you to put that work in, put that energy in to make that happen. Over time, it's going to take more time. It's not going to happen suddenly. It's going to take more time for that to happen. And the universe needs you to be more thankful, more appreciative, more kind for what you currently do have, so that way you can be more appreciative and more accepting and gracious when you receive this gift, okay? This wish, this dream that you've been working towards. So I hope this energy makes sense. I hope this message makes sense, you guys watching this. Comment down below, let me know if this reading made sense to you. Let me know if you liked it, if it resonated. If it did, I would love to hear it in the comments, you guys. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up as well if you liked it. Don't forget to share this video as well with your friends and family and loved ones who can benefit from the inspiring motivational messages that we continue to get here, so we can continue to grow this abundant spooky family and reach all those trick-or-treaters who haven't even discovered this channel yet, you guys. Okay, so thank you guys again so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing as well. That all really helps my channel grow, you guys. Okay, so thank you again for watching. I hope that you are able to use this message to really just grow and flourish and use it for your greatest good and the best benefit, okay? So it's been such an absolute pleasure. I will see you guys on the next video, okay? But until then, as always, keep it creepy, okay? Bye, you guys.